About President Trump's meeting with Russia's President Putin. Joining us now, Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters. All right, Ralph, you said last week when you were on the show, I was away on vacation, you said we'd know immediately if Trump gave in to Putin after that meeting. Well, did he?
Yes. Putin pitched a no-hitter, then he hit Trump with a beanball. Trump gave a great speech in Warsaw. I felt like standing up and cheering, defending Western civilization, correct historical references. The speechwriter put in all sorts of wonderful, justified digs at Russia. Then Trump goes to Hamburg, and he folded. Just look at the takeaways from the meeting. Our president says, well, you know, and both sides admit this much, that he said he wants to put the past behind him. In other words, Russia gets a free pass for interfering in our election. Stuart, it's not about the legitimacy of the Trump administration. Trump won the election. But it's about Russians, Putin, interfering in the fundamental mechanism of our democracy, our election system. They need to be punished. Second, the much-vaunted deal of the local ceasefire in Syria primarily benefits Iranians. And third, and not least, the absolutely harebrained notion that we would team up with Russia to form a cybersecurity unit to protect our elections. That's like teaming up with the mafia to fight crime. I mean, this.
I think
tell me one thing. Tell me. Yes, he did. Yeah, he had to. He walked it back yesterday because the Republicans on the Capitol Hill were so outraged by such a crazy idea. Look, President Trump made a number of mistakes. A fundamental one was not having his national security advisor and probably a few other people in the room, because now Putin is exploiting this. Lavrov, the foreign secretary of the Russian Federation, they're making all these claims that one of them is, it's all over the Russian media, that Trump admitted that there was absolutely no Russian interference at all in our election system. Well, I doubt the president admitted that, but without somebody trustworthy like McMaster to come out and speak for the president, the Russians get credibility. And the biggest thing Putin got was just this. We went back to the 1970s and 80s when there were only two leaders that mattered, Putin and Trump. Huge propaganda victory for Putin. And Stuart, if you can tell me one positive that our president got from that meeting, please go ahead and do so.
Well, it was over a two-hour meeting, I think. So, yeah. Look, I'm in no position to know what went on in a two-hour meeting. I'm sure there was a lot of give and take, because that's a lot longer meeting than was scheduled. So
I think a little more give and take.
So I don't know if there's any positives that emerged from it. But
well, if there were, they'd tell us. They'd be proud of it.
Okay, but your judgment is that the meeting was a cave on our president's part, and Putin got everything he wanted and exploited it. That's your position?
He didn't get everything he wanted because he knew he couldn't. He couldn't get sanctions relief now because of the political situation in the United States. But no, Putin has been doing this a long time. He fooled Clinton. He beat up on George Bush. He humiliated Obama. And then you put two people in the room with him who have no background in foreign affairs negotiations and its complexities. And Rex Tillerson's experience of negotiating oil contracts, that's nice, but it's not complicated as foreign policy. So my feeling is just this. I want our president to do well. He's our president. But don't underestimate Vladimir Putin. And our president acts as though he's afraid of Vladimir Putin. Well, he will not he still hasn't once criticized Vladimir Putin by